Hello from Varma. I hope all of you are fine. I'd like to share a few thoughts about two of the greatest musicians, composers, Vaggayakaras that Indian classical music has ever seen. One from the recent past and another one from the distant past. So the composer from the recent past is my illustrious Guru, Dr.Mangalampalli Balamuralikrishna sir. And the composer from the distant past is my illustrious ancestor, Maharaja Swathi Thirunal Rama Varma of Travancore. There are a lot of similarities between both of them, though they were separated by more than 2 centuries. In South Indian classical music, we have different forms of compositions like Swarajati, Jatiswaram, Geetam, Padavarnam, Tanavarnam, Kirtanam, Ragamalika, Kriti, Tillana, Padam, Javali, Bhajan. So many forms of composition. There have been great composers who have made their mark in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these areas, and we need not compare and rate composers by the number of songs they have composed or by the kinds of songs they have composed. For example, Shyama Shastri's Guru Pachimariyam Adiyappa. I don't know how many songs he composed, but as far as I know, we just have Viriboni, and that one Viriboni is enough for him to be right there at the top. And every Varnam we hear kind of seems to have followed Viriboni. So just with one Varnam, Adiyappa's position is fixed permanently, etched in the history books of South Indian classical music. So, but when we look at compositions, in a normal concert, we start with a Varnam, then we sing a song on Ganesha, we sing another song, then a sub-main and maybe one more song and a main. And then we can sing a Padam, a Javali, a Ragamalika, a Bhajan, a Tillana and Mangalam. So this typical Carnatic concert menu, Balamuralikrishna is one composer who has made extraordinary compositions in all these areas. He's made Padavarnams, he's made Tanavarnams, he's made songs on Ganesha, songs with Chittasuram, songs in different talams, very traditional songs, some modern songs which kind of take things forward, songs which are ideal to be danced. Tillana is another department altogether what this one composer has done, specifically with Tillanas, with Padam, Javali, Ragamalika. It goes on like that. If we go back 250 years and we look at Maharaja Swathi Thirunal, again, despite being cursed with a very, very short lifespan, and to have been a Maharaja, which itself is a curse, because you have so much responsibility of managing a country, a kingdom, and to be a king who ruled under the British rule, which was much worse. So, despite such a very, very trapped, hard kind of anguished life, he came up with this amazing stock of compositions, which included Padavarnams, Tanavarnams, Jatiswaram, Swarajati, many compositions for dance. Then he has composed Nava Vidha Bhakti, composed 9 songs extolling the different kinds of devotion, the Navaratri Kritis, Ragamalikas, and he is one of the earliest people to have composed Tillanas, which some say it is adopted from Tarana in Hindustani music, because Maharaja embraced Indian classical music as a whole, not only South Indian. Despite living physically in Travancore, he composed so many songs in Hindustani ragas and many bandishes in Hindustani form also. So he embraced Indian classical music, Bharatiya Shastriya Sangeet as a whole, which Sangeeta Pitamaha Purandaradasa had done 600 years ago. And Balamuralikrishna sir also, he was one of the earliest vocalists to give Jugalbandis with Hindustani musicians, and he always used to say, we forget we are singing Carnatic music and Hindustani music, both of us come together, we have a conversation, we exchange ideas, we learn from each other, and we sing Indian classical music, not South Indian or North Indian. So the same embracing different forms of music and doing something new than just repeat whatever was happening. There are so many similarities between both of them. Then some composers in their devotion to show how great God is, they will speak very badly about themselves. Look at me, I'm this useless fellow, I'm like this, and even a Mahapapi like me, please protect me, like that. That Maharaja Swathi Thirunal or Balamuralikrishna, they never spoke badly about themselves. In fact, Balamuralikrishna in many compositions he speaks. I remember old Hindi film songs sung by Muhammad Rafi when Shami Kapoor played the hero, where he would first tell the heroine, who is there like you, who is so beautiful, and when you are so beautiful, other than me, who is there, who is worthy of you? Now, like that, Balamurali said, even Tyagaraja, some songs are there. Jaya Jaya Sri Raghurama, there is one Mangala Kaishiki song. So in that he says, who is there, a god like you? And immediately he says, who is there, a dasa, a devotee like me? So that kind of thing. Also Maharaja Swathi Thirunal in Bhavati Vishwaso Me, he asks Lord Sri Krishna, have faith in me like you had faith in Arjuna. Because Sri Krishna Avataram happened, and so many great things happened when Sri Krishna was here. But the wisdom contained in the Bhagavad Gita, that is supposed to be the ultimate thing that Lord Sri Krishna did. And among so many people around at that time, he picked Arjuna as the recipient of the immortal Bhagavad Gita. So he says, have that kind of faith in me. Maharaja Swathi Thirunal says. So that is another area where they meet. Then their extraordinary Swaraksharams. Swaraksharam is when the note of the tune and the syllable of the lyric are the same. So Maharaja Swathi Thirunal, Sarasaksha Paripalaya. So Sarasa. So Sahityam, Sarasa. The Swaram will be Sa, Ri, Sa. This is called Swaraksharam. So this, so many centuries ago, Maharaja had packed so many of his compositions, especially the Sahityam in his Padavarnams, with Swaraksharams, like brilliant, phenomenal Swaraksharams. And Balamuralikrishna said, again, right from his compositions in the 72 Melakartaga Ragas, which he composed as a teenager, even in those Swaraksharams had started to sprout. And as he went along, the Swaraksharams became more and more and more brilliant. And it's unbelievable. When you just listen to a song, sometimes we won't even notice that there's a Swarakshara because the flow is so natural. So why I wanted to share this is because during the first week of August, Acharyanet, they are organizing an online summer camp which stretches over many days, and I have been assigned to take an online class at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So in America it will be in the morning. There are different time zones, so you'll have to check what your time zone is. But the point is that every class is special, but this class is super special for me personally, because the topic assigned to me is compositions by Maharaja Swathi Thirunal and Dr. Balamuralikrishna. So I thought, instead of just teaching, I can teach Deva Deva Kalyami, which will be Swathi Thirunal, and I can teach some song by Balamuralikrishna. Instead of that, I am thinking of teaching some things where both would come together. For example, Maharaja Swathi Thirunal has composed a very catchy, very lilting composition in Arabi, Sri Ramana Vibho. So many songs by Maharaja, they had been collected, compiled. Some have been, the tunes have been changed. For some, the new tunes have been given. Some existing tunes have been modified, like that, by various vidwans over the years. But there are some compositions where the tunes are available from more than 100 years ago, 120 years ago. And this is one of them, where the tune, I'll just sing one line. I'm just recovering from a really bad cold, so I don't know what kind of sounds are going to come. Let me see. Shri Ramana Vibho Kalayami Bhavantamaye Shrutapalana lolupa madhava naga piti hara naga bhogi sayasri Ramana vibho kalayami bhavantamaye. This is the tune. The tune. It's a very, very, very nice. Automatically, we feel like smiling. So this he composed 250 years ago, and Dr. Balamuralikrishna sir, he learned the song. He liked it so much that he composed a song in exactly the same tune. So it is Balamuralikrishna lyrics on Swathi Thirunal tune. And he did something special because Balamuralikrishna said 3 of his Ishtha Devatas, like Maharaja Swathi Thirunal was obsessed by Sri Padmanabha, Sri Tyagaraja was obsessed by Sri Rama, like that. Each of them had an Ishtha Devata. And Balamuralikrishna, he was very fond of Sri Ganesha, Sri Anjaneya, Hanuman, and Lord Sri Krishna. So in this composition, which is a Swathi Thirunal tune, he composed the Pallavi on Ganesha, Anupallavi on Hanuman, and Charanam on Sri Krishna. So Balamurali sir used to joke with me, "See Rama Varma, there are so many songs which are Raga Malika, no? Here, same Raga, but Deva Malika." It's like that he used to say. So, Sri Sakala Ganathipa Palayamam Anisham. Sri Sakala Ganathipa Palayamam Anisham Varasiddhi Vinayaka Bhakta Janali Posha Varachandra Mauli Sutasri Sakala Ganathipa Palayamam Anisham. So, like that, the same Anupallavi, same Charanam. Tune Rama Sodara Durita Samu. This is how Swathi Thirunal wrote. Nanda Nandana Vandana Mastute Kunda Radana Mukunda Murahara. Like that, Balamurali said. So, one song I am thinking of teaching is Sri Sakala Ganathipa, which is a Balamurali song with Swathi Thirunal tune, Balamurali lyrics. Another song I have in mind, which I recently learnt myself. I had a few camps in different locations which did not come online, where I taught this song, and many people, the finished product, just the song is uploaded on YouTube, and seeing that many people have been asking me to teach this during one of my classes, which comes online, so that people living anywhere can learn this. Balamurali sir invented or discovered or created several fresh new ragas, and one of them, which has only 4 notes, is called Lavangi. So Lavangi has Sari Mada Sada Mare Sa. So very powerful, mystic kind of raga, very mood creating, intense, emotional. But I really love this raga. In that he made a song Omkara Karini, which became quite popular over the years. Now I find many people singing Omkara Karini. So in Thiruvananthapuram, my native place, a great Vidwan called Professor K. Venkatramanan lived. He passed away quite recently at the age of 89. If he was alive, he would have been 90 years old now. The Venkatramanan sir, he was not very well known, and he was a direct grand disciple of Dr. Harikesanallur Muttaya Bhagavatar, who was again one extraordinary gentleman with a phenomenal, dynamic, brilliant kind of brain and vision, artistic vision. So Venkatramanan sir, though he was not very famous, he had inherited this kind of extraordinary, sparkling intellect from his grand guru and from whatever inputs he had. And Venkatramanan sir and I, we became very close during the last around 10-15 years of his life. And I discovered that both of us liked Madurai Mani Iyer very much. Both of us liked Balamuralikrishna sir very much. So Venkatramanan sir actually took the lyrics of a Maharaja Swathi Thirunal composition and tuned the Swathi Thirunal lyrics in this 4-note Lavangi Raga, created by Balamuralikrishna. So for me, it's like very, very special because Maharaja's compositions, Balamurali sir's tune, raga, tuned by Venkatramanan sir, who was like a guru for me. So I felt very, very, very happy to learn this song, and it created a special feeling. So then I thought, because three extraordinary gentlemen have done something, Maharaja's lyrics and Balamurali sir's invention ragam and Venkatramanan sir's tune, I added 2 lines of very, very simple Chittaswaram also. So the whole product is a combination of 3 extraordinary men and 1 ordinary man. So this is another song I hope to teach. So if you would like, so the one more point is going to become a very long video, but I just felt like sharing this. So one more point is that for many years, my birthday, which is on the 13th of August, so around that time I would have a concert organized at Saptaparni in Hyderabad from around 2007 onwards. Some years it hasn't happened, some years it has happened. So around August 13th, just before, just after, sometime on that day, a concert would happen. So this year also the same plan is there, but when we looked at the convenient date happened to be the 16th of August, which is a Saturday, and it happens to be Sri Krishna Jayanti. It is such an auspicious occasion. So I suggested that instead of my birthday concert, instead of Rama's birthday concert, it can be Krishna's birthday concert. So I decided to plan a concert with only compositions on Lord Sri Krishna. Before this, we had a teaching session organized at Hyderabad by Ms.Haritha, so which is very, very well attended, and I taught a few compositions on Lord Sri Krishna by different composers. So that is done already. So on 16th of August, I have this concert at Saptaparni, Banjara Hills. It's near Kalpa School. You can find Saptaparni on Google. So August 16th morning, 10 a.m., 10 to 12 noon. It's in the morning, 10 to 12, I have a concert at Saptaparni, which would include only compositions by Lord Sri Krishna. So this session, which already happened in Hyderabad, that was organized by Ms. Haritha, and if you missed it and you would still like to learn those songs, you are most welcome to contact Ms. Haritha at +91 90529 99116. So +91 90529 99116. This is for the teaching session of Krishna songs by different composers, which is already done. Full 4.5 hour video you can get, and I think 4 compositions were taught. So that is part 1. Part 2 is that since the date for the coming class happens to be on August 9th, which is just before this August 16th concert, I have decided to teach only compositions on Lord Sri Krishna by Balamuralikrishna sir and by Maharaja Swathi Thirunal, which will include this Arabi song and this Lavangi song for sure. Then depending on the time available, depending on how quickly you learn or whatever, we'll see whether I can cover one more song also. So suppose you attend this session also, then definitely this Arabi song and Lavangi song also, if you physically come for the concert to Hyderabad, you can sing along with whoever is singing along, and the concert should come online also, so you can enjoy the concert online. And both, like Haritha's session, this session also, suppose you are not free at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. August 9th Indian Standard Time, or you are in California and you are still asleep, or you are in Singapore or Australia or Japan and you are already asleep, it's too late at night, no problem at all. If you register, you will be given the video of the complete session, which you can listen to again and again at your own convenience and learn the songs. So for registering for this session, which is organized by Acharyanet online, you can click on the link given below in the video description, and they will add you to their group, and you can attend this also. So it is one camp which is already over, this class which is coming now on August 9th, and the whole thing concludes with a concert on the 16th of August at Hyderabad, Saptaparni. So please feel welcome to register for this August 9th concert class, and come for the August 16th concert. And if you like, there are a few small videos of the completed compositions from the previous teaching session conducted at Saptaparni. One is Jayadeva Ashtapati, Sakhi He K.C. Madanam Udaram. Then a beautiful Purandaradasa composition, Kolala Noduda Banda, Namma Gopiya Kanda. Then a very special Mohanam song by my recently discovered pet composer, Vatsala Rangaswamy. Punnami Nati, you can search for Punnami Nati. If you hear that itself, we feel Krishna will come to that room only. We feel like that. So yeah, so please feel welcome to register for this class, and please feel welcome to spread the information among your music loving friends and groups also. They don't have to be necessarily in Hyderabad, in any part of the world, because this class comes online. Bye. It was a long video. I was afraid whether I'll sneeze or something in the middle, but it didn't happen. Yay. Okay, bye.